And we are back. Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2, her fifth studio album, her final first week sales are in, and we are going to get into it. So please sit back and relax. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell for more conversations on Nicki, female rap, and pop culture in general. So let's get right into it. Pink Friday 2 by Nicki Minaj debuts at #1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart. Now, so the total number of sales was 228,000 with 169.87 million on-demand streams. Now, we talk a lot about streams and streaming on this channel, and specifically in regards to Spotify, because those are the most transparent numbers. But this number here, 169.87 million, encompasses Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music, any streaming service that you can think of, but they're only restricting the numbers to US. So a lot of times you see a big number like 1.7 million streams for Needle, but that is a global, all around the world number, okay? So we have 169.87 million on-demand streams in the United States of America, 92,000 pure sales, once again, in the United States of America. Nicki is the female rapper with the most #1 albums, okay? So it's her. She broke the record, broke Foxy Brown's record, who has 2 #1 albums, Eve and Miss Lauryn Hill, and who's that at #1, okay? Next, Pink Friday 2 launches with 228 equivalent album units earned in the US, ending on December 14th, according to Luminate, which is the reporting source for Billboard. Okay, they get all the data and then they report that to Billboard. And this is a screenshot from an article that Billboard wrote. Okay. It marks the largest week for a rap album by a woman in the 2020s decade, and the biggest for an R&B hip-hop album by a woman this year. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj. Pink Friday 2 becomes Nicki's 7th top 10 album. The entirety of her charting efforts on the Billboard 200. Okay, so we have the Pink Print, which debuted at #2 in 2015, Queen at #2, Beat Me Up Scotty, I think that debuted at #10, I believe, and also Queen Radio Volume 1, her first compilation album, debuted at #10. Now, here is once again her albums and where they've debuted on the Billboard 200. So once again, we have Pink Friday 2 debuts at #1, Pink Friday, the first one, at #1, Pink Friday Roman Reloaded at #1, the Pink Print #2, Queen #2, Beat Me Up Scotty #2. Oh yes, that did come in at #2 behind J. Cole, because he released the album that day. I remember that. And then Queen Radio Volume 1 came in at number 10. So it says, so once again, this screenshot just states that she broke the tie with Foxy Brown for most #1 albums. And so she's also the first female rapper with #1 albums in 2 different decades. See, a lot of these don't have longevity. You got to be doing this for over 10 years to have albums in different decades, okay? She logged her first 2 leaders in the 2010s, and her third came in the 2020s, okay? Now, okay, so here is where I feel like the math isn't mathing. And we know, if you saw my previous video on Nicki and Billboard and what we're about to do with them because they're threatening to take away sales. Now, this is the final number. So our final number, once again, is 228K. 228K. And y'all know that in my weekly chart analysis, if you are a real one and you really be watching this channel, in my weekly chart analysis, I'll be showing you guys the order updates on Nicki's website, on her label Republic's website, and anywhere else that we can find information that usually comes from at QC Worldwide. So at the end of the last tracking week on December 15th, that was on Friday, we got the final number of what we sold on Nicki Minaj's website. So total CDs. And once again, you have to remember that CDs and vinyls were also sold at Target, Walmart, FYE, Amazon, and all these other retailers that we cannot track. These numbers that you're seeing right now only come from Nicki Minaj's website as well as Republic's website. We do not know how many sold at Target and Walmart. So a total amount of CDs was 22.2 thousand, okay? Total vinyls, 22.6 thousand, and total digital albums, which she released on the website during the first week, was 31.5 thousand. And so total estimated 76,441. So that means we did 76,000, and this is orders, right? You can have two albums in one order. So we had 76,000 orders on Nicki's website, okay? Once again, this doesn't include any other digital platforms except the artist and label website. This is a final estimate for the entire tracking week, okay? So now here it says, chart data says, Pink Friday 2 earns the biggest vinyl sales week for a female rap album in Nielsen history with 25,000 sold. 25,000 vinyl sold. So what does it say right here? Total vinyl orders, 22.6 thousand. 25. This is not even a gap of 3,000 right here. Why is this not adding up? Because once again, these numbers right here, 22.6 thousand, do not include Target, Walmart, Amazon, FYE, Urban Outfitters, any other physical place where you were able to find the vinyl. So if I believe that we sold, I would say at least 20 to 50,000 on other retailers other than Nicki's website. So what happened to all of those vinyls? Billboard, they just slashed the number in half. They took away at least 100,000 sales, which is what Nicki told us a couple days ago. She's now deleted that tweet. I saw somebody on Twitter say we really sold, like the number is 228, but we really sold 328, 228, and they took away 100,000 allegedly. Okay, so but I personally feel like we did more closer to a 400,000 because I knew I was going to be disappointed if we didn't do at least 300,000, and I believe that we did over 300,000. But once again, they are just slashing sales left and right from Nicki. So I had to include some funny stuff in here too. So the Barbz, they are going to be whacking back and forth all fan bases and all Nicki Minaj and Barbed Doubters on the timeline for the rest of the week. So here's this person who may have said something negative and about Nicki's album sales before, right? Like they were like, oh, like she's not gonna sell like more than 80K. So here's this person having a double back talking about, dear Nicki Minaj, the queen, I'm sorry. The Barbz requested me to write a public apology as I didn't know the magnitude of your power and the power of the Barbz. Your sales are a magnificent example of your brilliance. I am truly sorry for ever contesting your brilliance. You are the undisputable queen of rap. Hashtag Pink Friday 2, hashtag Gag City. So now this person, they even went and bought the album on Amazon because they lost the bet. So thank you for that sale, child, because we need all sales as possible, as many as possible in the second week. We got the haters buying albums out here, This is so funny. But hey, QC, made this statement and he was like, so what? We didn't meet our goal, right? We wanted to have 100,000 pure sales off of her website as well as Republic website. And we wanted to beat, Nicki's Pink Friday 2, 375K and potentially Lauryn Hill's record. And so he's like, we didn't meet our goals, but we still landed at 228K. It's 100% okay. You expected us to aim low in this atmosphere in the industry. It's hard for some of the people y'all are arguing over to even reach 100,000 units. Had we aimed low, we would have wished we didn't. It's not the drag y'all think it is. I hope y'all are proud. And despite all of this like politics that's going on with Billboard and Luminate, I want everybody to feel positive and be proud of yourselves because so many people doubted Nicki to be able to sell. Nobody is selling more than 50K. If your fave is not even selling Nicki's lowest 185K for Queen, we're not talking to you. You can't step to us, okay? So moving on. So I wanted to end on a positive note. So here are some more positive things that Pink Friday 2 has accomplished, okay? So she's the first female rapper to earn 3 #1 albums on the Billboard 200, largest vinyl sales week for a female rap album, first female rapper to have 4 albums open with over 200K units. First female rapper to have 4 albums open with over 200K. Dope. First album by a female rapper to reach #1 in the US this decade. Largest sales week by a female rapper in 5 years. Biggest streaming week by a female rapper this decade. Period. We broke all of Doja's records as well. And that's really no shade because this is why she the queen of rap, okay? So if you made it this far in the video, I want y'all to know, I want y'all to tell me what we need to do. How should we address Billboard and this discrepancy? And how do we make this math? Because I'm not feeling it at all, But if you made it to the end, I want you to type 328K. And I'm telling you to do that because the number is 228, but they really took 100,000 of our sales. So the real number is 328K. And all of the real ones know that because y'all streamed, y'all bought, and contributed to that. So thank you guys so much for listening to the end. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel with your notification bell on so that you get notified when I upload again.